Hello, it's Crypto CJ. It's a trade of the day to Monday night slash Tuesday morning Zoom edition, depending on where in the world you are. There's been some news that's caused some market fluctuations. Bitcoin dipped down to about 67,000 over the weekend, back up to 70. There's a court ruling that most established cryptos are commodities, not securities. That's something I've always been pushing for. I'm glad to see that the courts agree with me, and um, we're going to have those coins regulated by the Commodities Exchange, CFTC, I think it is. So that's good news. So ceasefire in the Iran war is more good news, and let's go to the charts. Let's see what the effect was. Okay. Bitcoin had a pretty fat green candle, though it's pulling back a little bit now, slightly above the 20 EMA, not yet above the 50. Again, can 70,000 hold the support? Something we've been asking off and on for a few weeks. Ethereum above 2100. So looking pretty good. Markets overall kind of hit and miss, but Ethereum and Bitcoin are doing pretty well. Um, any comments or questions about the markets overall? I had an email I was looking at. Yes, talk about the danger of the current market. Is this it's like things are getting sold off at the same time. Market's not trading on clean fundamentals. They're trading on stress, liquidity, and geopolitics. So keep that in mind. This kind of thing helps my day trading most of the time, but sometimes I get stuck for a few days or even weeks. So, but it's been mostly helpful as we get the bounces in the range, mix of the smaller moves that I like. But for those of you who are longer term swing traders or hodlers, this kind of market can be frustrating. All right, well, let's see what we can do with crypto bubbles to find some trades. All right, mostly showing a green day. I'm actually in a long on River. One of the few negative coins, and I happen to be in it. That's a little frustrating too. All right, I've got the day column sorted. Tau's up a bit. Filecoin, Dash. I'm gonna short on Dash. Let's look at that one. Okay, day trading layout. Quick review. Supply and demand visible range by Lux Algo for support and resistance. Support here, the green zone. Resistance here, the red zone. And we're currently at resistance on Dash. Also, the RTI relative trend index. When it breaks above 80 and dips back down, that's something I look for for a short. We get something like this where it dips below 20 and comes back up, dip and retrace. That's something to consider for a long. Um, so I think I've got some alerts left over from yesterday. Well, I'm in this trade already, so I'm not going to set another alert on it. Um, but if you do want to set an alert, you can right click on the RTI, add an alert. And to do both directions, you could enter a channel. If you want to trade the next long after a dip, be crossing up on the 20. I'll show you both directions. Entering a channel, 80 on top, 20 on the bottom. And once per bar close, I usually leave that. And the date, open-ended, I usually choose that option. If you have that option, it's usually a good one to choose. And then the message. So I usually use the information source as my message. In this case, it's crypto bubbles. And click apply. And notifications. I usually leave it on this 3 notes reverb for day trades, and then handbell for swing trades. But do what you want with that. And click apply, and then create. This rectangle here shows the range, and then it's there on my alerts. But I'm gonna actually delete that one because I have another one just below it. I've got this one from yesterday. I could just turn this back on, if I wanted to re-engage it, and you can see the rectangle reappears. All right. But I'll turn that off since I'm already in a trade on that. And all right, let's look at a swing trade. I'm gonna go to the 1-hour chart. Same indicators for support and resistance. SuperTrend for entries and alerts. And Trendilo LSMA, this moving average indicator for confirmation. At the moment, we have a buy signal on the SuperTrend, and Trendilo is pointing almost straight up, so that's pretty good, but we're getting close to resistance. And we've got like 2.7% in 5 days, retrace potential based on recent past. I'm looking for 10% or more on my swings, so that's not that great. Let's go to a longer time frame, and it's about the same. A little over 3%. Okay, well, this looks better, but it's going to take longer. On the 8-hour chart, got a buy signal on the super trend. Trendillo just turned to green, and we're sitting at support at the 8-hour chart. So if you got in now, retrace here, 86% in 56 days, that's really good. So I don't usually want to be in a trade longer than a month, but for those of you who do longer swings, this might be something to check out. All right, any questions on Dash? All right, let's see what Crypto Bubbles is highlighting. Bit sensor tau. Let's check that out. All right. Blowfin. Blowfin's my new sponsor. If you're watching on the recording, check out the Blowfin link in the pinned comment. And if you join, we both benefit. You get a deposit bonus. I get a small commission. We're both happy. And with Blowfin, you can trade in the USA with no KYC and no VPN. And you can trade like I do, both directions. All right, tau at the moment is at resistance and well above the 80. So this is one where you want to set an alert. Entering a channel. 80-20. go. All right. Well, the last time it broke above 80 and then dipped, we got a fake out. The last dip below 20, the break above was a really good trade. That happened right about here. 4%, then 8%, then almost 12%. So yeah, be patient, wait to get that good entry. All right, so that's the day trade layout. Let's go to swing trade. And indicators are on board, but we're at resistance on the 1 hour chart, also on the 4, also on the 8. Day chart looks pretty good. Got a buy signal here, Trendilo pointing up. And 53%, 139 days. I like the prior one better. So the dash 8 hour chart was better than this. So I think I'd pass on this one as a swing. Might have potential as a day trade. All right, so that's crypto bubbles. Let's check out CoinGecko. All right, we'll sort by the 24-hour column. FET has had a move. Yeah, let's look at FET. FET on Bluefin, yes. Well, this one's really taken off. It's at resistance, well above the 80 on the RTI. So if you want to set an alert for both directions, this would be a pretty good candidate. Though a couple dips below the 80 were fake outs. But the last time it dipped below 20, it ended up having a pretty good move after some gyration. That happened here. On Sunday, dipped up, yeah, up, down, eventually. Made a pretty good move, 2% there, and then 6% about a day and a half. Okay, let's go to yeah, okay. I was looking at get confused with my swing trade and day trade. Okay. Um, yeah, because I was going back and looking at prior dips and pumps. So yeah, go ahead and set your alert here, either both directions. Maybe break above the 50 if it doesn't dip all the way to the 20. So those are pretty good options. It's a swing. Uh, 1 hour chart. Yeah, 4% in 7 days, not great. 4 hour chart, yeah, at the top of the range there, and the 8 hour. Day chart has some room to move. Yeah. 90%, 130 days. Yeah, I like that dash setup much better than this. So yeah, I don't really like it as a swing, but has potential as day trade if it dips again. All right. Let's look at CoinGecko, see what else they have. So that was Fed, the top of the list. We looked at Tau, Filecoin. I traded that earlier in the week and did okay with it. Let's check it out. Um, yeah, above the 80 at the moment. Let's see if I can get that alert going again. Can't find it right away. You can search for it. I just did a crossover on the 50. Well, I can edit that. Oh, that was over a week ago. Now let's do a new one and go both directions. $80, $20, CoinGecko. And there we are. There's my alert. Okay, so that's set up. It's a swing. Alert. Indicators on board. 5.5% in 2 days. Not bad. 4 hour. 12% in 18 days. Not bad. Eight-hour looks a little better. But Trendilo not on board yet. Same on the day chart. So yeah, if you want to wait that long, 130 days, 170%. So yeah, kind of like that for a longer term swing trade, but not usually how I trade. Okay, that's CoinGecko. Let's see. And let me know in the chat if there are any coins you want me to check out, or just speak up. All right, let's go to CoinMarketCap. And yeah, we've been seeing these on the list for this crypto community sentiment list pretty consistently. Caspa, Pi, Dot's up here. That's really been hammered. I remember when this one was over $40. But some of these should get a boost from the court ruling, and Dot was one of the coins listed in the court ruling, as was ADA, obviously Bitcoin, Ethereum. All right. I'll look at Caspa. This one is, okay, just above the 20. Didn't quite break down all the way. It did here, and then went up and sideways and down. So this one's not really finding a direction at the moment. Might want to set an alert. Wait for it to break below the 20 and then break back up again. Might be the way to handle that one. Could also set an alert on the 50. See if it breaks above that. That would show some strength. Okay, on the swing trade option, we have a buy signal on SuperTrend. The coin action, the candles are down. Trendilo is red, so it's not on board yet. Probably get a turnaround right about here. And then you've got 14% in 4 days. That's kind of swing trade I like. So that looks pretty good. If you want to set an alert on the super trend, right click, add an alert. You can keep it on direction change or change it to buy, and then you're good to go. Maybe use a different notification. All right. Let's see what else we have over here. ICP hype. Let's look at ICP. That's one I like to short. It's another one that used to be over $40, is now it's in single digits. Hanging around the 50 at the moment. Let's see, do I have a recent alert with this? Yeah. Okay. All right, so that one's back on the 80-20. So I traded that earlier in the week. Let's look at a swing trade. Okay, we have a buy signal and Trendilo pointing up. The candle action's kind of negative. Right at support. I don't really trust this coin, but the technicals look good. 15% in 6 days. That's the kind of swing trade I like, but I don't really trust it to go up that much. So that's just my bias. Strictly looking at the chart, I'd probably want to see some candle action trending up before getting in. So maybe like a price alert around 245 to show a breakout or some strength moving up before taking a long on this. It's my suggestion. Okay. Any coins to check out or anything else to talk about before we wrap up? Kind of went fast today.
Zcash, maybe?
Zcash. Yeah, I was trading that a lot the last couple months. Yeah, this one moves. I like it. Just dipped below the 80 on the RTI, so it's ready for a short potentially. But last couple dips were fake outs. Yeah, none of these really did much on the short side. Dipping below 20 and breaking back up did pretty well. So yeah, it's tricky history. We'll set an alert on this. Our channel 80-20. A relative trend. Thomas suggestion. It's remembered. And we'll do it different. No, we'll leave it the same. All right. So that's the day trade option. Swing trade. Yeah, the technicals look good. 23% in 5 days. That's a great swing trade. So this one looks pretty good. If you want to do a swing on it, though the candle action again is negative. It'd feel better if it were trending up. We do alert around here, around 234. And then check out the market overall. See if Bitcoin's trending up too. You might want to get in at that point. Not financial advice, just probably what I would do. All right, any others? All right, thanks for that, Tama. And Paul made it. All right. That's all I have for today. If you're watching on the recording, I'd rather see you live, but check out the opportunities in the pinned comment, especially sponsors Blowfin and Carbon for their opportunities. And have a good trading week. I'll see you on Thursday night / Friday morning. Bye.
Thank you.